If you're like me, 2020 started out weird and then it went sideways. It was weird because 2019, you remember 2019? Of course you do. Really huge drought in Australia, had been going for years. It got so hot and so dry that pretty much the whole country caught fire, and we had the worst bushfire season months before the bushfire season. And then we had floods because it's Australia. And then there was the disturbing revelation of a virus that was just taking off in China. Come January, most of the fires were out, but things were looking really bad in Italy. And then we started to get cases, couple of cases, dozen cases, couple of dozen cases, and Australians dropped their linen and locked up. Of course, if you were an online university student during COVID in Australia, almost nothing changed. Did I say almost? Yes, I did. What do I mean by that? I mean everything except study changed. First of all, I started working from home. Then I started doing the work of other people who didn't want to work from home. At some point, my wife started working from home, from the kitchen table. And then my kids started studying from home. Constantly, people on computers, multiple meetings in the same room at the same time. Meanwhile, I'm starting to train people who are now working from home. And so I'm on Zoom, making dinner, trying to help people on the other side of Sydney find the start button on their computer. I was kind of over that. And eventually, my family got over that. And then I got over them being over that. Which is to say, just the business of doing life became imbued with so much more frisson, and it stayed that way for months. But as stressful as that was, it was nothing compared to the Herculean effort of educators, not just in Australia, but all around the world, to put their syllabuses online and pivot toward online learning and education. In Australia, we did that in under 2 weeks. Unbelievable. And through that period, I did no fewer than 8 subjects at university. All in all, up until about September this year, 2020 was just one long stress fest. Until it wasn't. I broke the back of a 30-year streak of mediocre results in English, converting a low credit at the beginning of the semester to an HD by the end of it, and a request from the lecturer to use my final assignment as an exemplar for future students. Very gratifying. I came clean with the family about the fact that I'm not doing 2, but 3 university degrees at the same time. That's right, campers, I'm doing a psych degree during the summer semesters. I finished my second prac, a year 2 class at a local primary school. My supervisor was amazing, the executive were really switched on, the kids were incredibly sweet. It was just a great way to finish the year. And because Carols this year was streaming, we ended up pre-recording all the parts. So I put down the keyboard tracks before it was even December. My conditional accreditation came through and my interim approval to teach. And so December has just been this long slide down to Christmas. Or it would be, except that I've got 2 assignments due. What we know about the future is we don't know about the future. But today, there are so many things I'm grateful for. I'm so grateful that my wife and kids are healthy and happy, that they've been spending the year not just studying and working, but supporting and being supported by their friendship networks. I am so grateful for the country in which I live. I am so grateful for politicians of all persuasions who found the courage to lock down their states and their cities, notwithstanding the enormous political pressure on them to not do that. I'm so grateful that there are a couple of vaccines on the horizon, and there's every reason to hope that in 2021 that vaccine will start to be rolled out at scale. My hope, my prayer, my mindful thought, whatever works for you for 2021 is that, first of all, you're going to have a great and restful Christmas and see your loved ones if that's possible wherever you are. But I'm really hoping in 2021 you have a prosperous, safe, healthy, and joyous year. Take care.